Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in a video today, and the Houston Rockets get their second win in a row tonight against the Oklahoma City Thunder after beating Detroit in Detroit on Saturday night. Still shorthanded, but they would get Şengün back tonight, who did not play due to illness on Saturday in Detroit. But the Rockets tonight still without their backcourt, Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green still out. But hopefully Jalen Green is going to be able to return. KPJ's eventually he will, probably around before or a little bit before the trade deadline, if not after. But honestly, I would shut KPJ down until after the All-Star break. If I'm Steven Silas, I would keep KPJ on the bench until the All-Star break is over. So then he's sitting about until almost the end of February, but just to be cautious about his injury. But that's what I would do. But Rockets get a good win tonight, 112-106 against the Thunder. I know most teams that, are kind of trying to tank and get a number one overall pick. It's not good to win 2 games in a row, but I don't think this is bad for this Rockets team. I think the Rockets kind of needed to get in a little bit of a rhythm, needed to get a good win, and after even another good win even after a good win the other night. So I think this was a good win for the Rockets. There's going to be plenty of games for the Rockets to lose this season and trying to get the first overall pick and get Wembanyama. But, I thought this was a good, well-played game by the Rockets. And let's get into it with the scoring. So the Rockets' leading scorer tonight was Gordon. I'm not going to lie, Gordon did have a good game tonight. He showed some good things. Hopefully that can get up his trade value a little bit. He was doing great. 25, 6 for 9 at the free throw line, 3 3-pointers, shot the ball pretty decent, 8 for 17. And then Tari Eason looks good as well. 20 points, 13 rebounds. He was a beast on the offensive rebounds tonight. 12 offensive rebounds for Tari Eason tonight. Man, and he had 4 in one possession that ended up with an and one for himself. So Tari Eason had himself a night, didn't he? 20 and 13, 8 for 21, 1 for 2 from 3. He was the second leading scorer for the Rockets, but he came off the bench. KJ Martin with 18 and 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Hopefully maybe that got his trade value a little bit up. I love KJ. I know everybody loves KJ. Every Rockets fan loves KJ, but the Rockets need to get rid of him. KJ's playing great basketball. It's not like he's hurting the Rockets. But I think, everybody knows that, or I think that just the chances the Rockets bringing KJ back this offseason in free agency is very unlikely, and you can probably get something decent for him. I would say, he's a guy who's averaging around 15 points per game, something like that. So I would say you can at least get a first-round pick for him. Contenders would pay a first-round pick for him. So why you can get a first-round pick for a guy who's not going to return to your team. So I would trade KJ because I just think, and then he requested a trade last offseason, and he's going into free agency. I don't know if the Rockets are going to even want to bring him back. So in this case, I would try to trade KJ. I would try to trade KJ with Gordon so you can get more. But I don't know if the Rockets. I think one of the teams that I do think that would trade for both would be the Phoenix Suns, and I don't know what you'd be able to get from them. But we'll see what happens with KJ, and he got a week to figure it out. A week away from the trade deadline. So KJ did have 18 and 7 tonight. Jabari had 9 and 7, 1 for 3 from 3, 3 for 8 field goal. And then for the other starter, which was Knicks tonight, because Green's still out, he had 8. Knicks played all right. He shot a horrible from 3, but besides that, he was all right. 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. And low on the turnovers, only 1 with 33 minutes. I was actually impressed with Deshaun. The only thing that's not impressive is the 0 for 4 from 3. But besides that, nice on the rebound, 7, 3 assists, 2 blocks. And one of the worst things that has been about Deshaun Nix this season has been about how much he's turned the ball over. And tonight he only did that once in 33 minutes. So Deshaun Nix did a pretty good job tonight. Off the bench, we already talked about Tari, but after Tari, the next leading scorer was Josh Christopher, 4 for 7, 3 for 4 on the free throw line, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Josh Christopher had 11 points in this one. Speaking of steals, how many steals did Tari have? Tari had 3. How many steals did the Rockets had? 12 blocks tonight and 6 steals. So, yeah. Great defense tonight for the Rockets. Josh had 11, and then Garrison had 3, and then Tate had 4, and then Bruno had 4 as well. DMPs for Garuba, Boban, and Tai. Another horrible three-point shooting night for the Rockets, so 7 for 23, and 23 from 31 at the free throw line. But, a win is a win, right? Let's go over the Thunder scores real quick. Look at this. This is the most interesting thing on the Thunder's roster. Jalen Williams and Jalen Williams. And I love how ESPN, they have it, it's kind of separated where it's like, I don't know which one is which, but so they have one of them as J, because of the spellings, but just so you know, and then it's like the other one's Jal. So first one, Jalen Williams, but they have it as J, so you kind of know, had 7 points and 4 rebounds, and then the other Jalen Williams, that's spelled how Jalen's name is spelled. Well, the first one I just said with 7 points is spelled Jaylin. And then the other one who scored 8 points tonight is like how you spell Jalen Green's name, Jalen. So that's incredibly confusing with 2 Jalen Williams on the OKC Thunder. But 2 talented players. They're both starting. You got 2 Jalen Williams starting in the starting lineup. But both of them had a decent game tonight with 8 and 7. So, yeah. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander had 24. He's just having an incredible season. But, man, this guy likes to go to the foul line. 10 for 10 at the free throw line. Struggled kind of shooting-wise tonight. 7 for 23. 0 for 3 from the three-pointer. Besides that, Shai had a good night. Giddey had a good night as well with 20. And then 3 for Isaiah Joe. Only his second start on the Thunder. And then off the bench, they had a lot of players coming off the bench. And a lot of points off the bench as well. 18 for Trey Mann. He shot well in this game. 4 3-pointers. 13 for Kendrick Williams. I'm about to make a video about him. Potential trade target for the Rockets. 6 for Mike Muscala. Another possible guy that could be traded out of OKC. Not to the Rockets, but a lot of teams are interested. I want to see him go to the Brooklyn Nets. And then 3 for Baisley. So, yeah, that's really it for scoring-wise. But I thought this was a great game played by the Rockets tonight. Like I said, I don't mind that the Rockets won this game tonight, but let's preferably, go back to the losing end on the next one. Against the Raptors, you don't want to lose that team who you don't want to beat a team who's going to be competing with you for the first overall pick. So, I would try to go back to the losing end against the Raptors, but then you go back, then you face the OKC Thunder against, but this time in OKC on Saturday. Hey, I go for the win. I don't want to see OKC in the play-in. I want to see the Lakers make the play-in. I know that's kind of weird, but I want to see. I don't think it's weird in the NBA if LeBron is not in the play-in or the playoffs. So LeBron should not be out of that. And besides Shai, I don't really like the Thunder. I like the Thunder. They're a good team. They're a young team. I just don't think they're ready. Possibly next year, I think they should be really good when you get Chet Holmgren. I think they might make a trade. But I just, besides Shai right now, I just don't think this team is ready. But, they're a young team. They're really good. But, I think they have a lot of potential. And, yeah, that's all I got to really say about them. But that's really it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on the Rockets game tonight as they get the win against the Thunder, 112-106. Tari Eason gets a career-high 20 points and a career-high 13 rebounds. And then Eric Gordon gets a season-high 25 points. Good win for the Rockets, 112-106. You guys let me know your thoughts on the game, and peace out. Go Rockets.